My name's Cletus Elroy McFarland III. And, well, we're here in Meadowview, Virginia. And we're gonna show you what life's like for us and up here in them mountains, you know. So first, you're gonna need to crack you open a carton and get you a smoke. One of them. You're ready to go.
I'm Elroy McPeterson, and something you gotta know about Appalachia is if you don't smoke, you got dip. So first thing first, you gotta pack it. All right, and you open it. You gotta get you a big one, like a big one. You just put it in.
My name's Earl Ray James, named after my daddy's hero. I'm gonna show you proper spitting method right here. You see? Take you a big old pinch. You gotta get a good one. Shove it in that lip. You gotta get it in there. Get it nice and packed in your lip. Get that cancer flowing. You just gotta, oh yeah.
All right, so one thing we gotta do on a regular basis to keep ourselves fit and regular is we gotta do a hood slide across the neighborhood shared car. So, there it goes. I dip.
Me too.
Earl is going to do a hood slide to demonstrate that he is crossing into manhood. So Earl, hit it. It's right here. It's my 1991 Chevy Blazer. You know why it's a Blazer? I'm blazing these trails left and right, man. You don't even know it. Alright, so I got this no trespassing sign right here. Well, that's because I don't want nobody stealing none of my stuff. That's why I got the bed cap. I keep everything in here. My dip, my sister, my wife. Same thing. Anywho, let's move on back here. You know, I got this nice car seat back here, you know. I use that when I get to see my kids sometimes. They're like, Daddy, I love this Blazer, man. Like, dang. And I'm like, darn right you do. And anywho, it's straight piped, you know. Right here, well, comes out over here now, because I was mudding the other day real hard like, and this thing, this thing digs. And I hit a rock real hard and it just went chink, and I was like, well, I ain't taking it back to Neff, you know. I do enough of my work. So anyway, we'll come up here and talk about the front of it. I broke out that headlight over there because I was coming home one night from cracking open a cold one with the boys, you know, and well, I was a little tipsy-turvy, and we'll say I may or may not have hit some things I shouldn't have hit, and it just didn't go well. And up here, I got that inspection sticker, and it expired about 11 years ago. Well, that's because I don't need nothing inspected about my baby, because she's all well and good, you know. Like, look how firm that suspension is. Like, you can't get her stuck. 4-wheel drive.
All right, y'all. This here is my panty dropping Camaro. It's got 350 in it, you know, because you can't go wrong with 350, you know. It's got 800 or so horsepower. I don't keep up with that. They down there at the Nest Center where I got this custom paint job right here. It's totally customizable, as you can see. You can change it whenever you want. Anyway, yeah, goes about 350 miles an hour down Lee Highway. Gets me to my dip and my cigarettes real quick. And I can pick up all the ladies. When they walk by and they see this thing, they go, "Woo, Daddy, pick me up in that thing." You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's a real American muscle right there.
This is my 1957 Bel Air. I get the girls because I dip, you know. I just throw it to them, and I take this one out, and I'm like, "Hey, see you later, babe." Anyways, see all these trees? My damn camouflage, you know. Nobody steals my stuff. Here's some bullet holes, because went out with the wrong girl, but I'll finish that story in a minute so I can finish talking about my car. Anyways, the motor, I don't know if you can see it because on my camouflage. If you look in that little hole right there, you see the motor. It's back here because you see I just take it out, put it in the motor every time I want to drive it, because, you know, nobody wants to do that, and especially when my ex-girlfriend's brother is trying to steal my shit all the time because I effed his sister. There's bullet holes to prove it. Freaking Earl.
Hey, You talking about my sister
Yeah, I
again?
am.
You talking about my girlfriend? You talking about my girlfriend for, boy? What you talking about my girlfriend for? Get out of here. Get out of here, boy.
Where's my dip? Where's my dip? Hey, see, come here. Come here, boy. Yeah, run.
So you gotta get your shells, you gotta load them up in there, man, you know what I mean? You just gotta get ready. Cause you never know. When somebody you don't like is gonna come on your property, you know what you gotta do to them? You gotta look at them. You gotta get off my property, boy. That's how you get rid of trespassers. Right, y'all. We're gonna talk a little bit about these tractors. This one's a David Brown, made in England. You know what that means, right? She's a redneck Range Rover. And this model right here, 885, it came with my very own flag holder, which is probably related to me because, well, we all are over here. Anywho, let's talk a little bit more about it. Like these back tires right here, you can't get them things stuck. Look at that. Look at that. You can't get that thing stuck nowhere, especially on the road to school. You know, back when I went to school, which was like, well, I went to school once. I drove it, you know. I drove it to school. I parked it in the parking lot, and all them girls were like, woo, I like that tractor. And I was like, come on back to my place and we'll take her for a ride. Anywho, let's move on around here back. You know, always have a bush hog because you never know when you're going to have to clear off a road to get back home. So, you know, you just turn it on there with that lever and it just cuts down all this grass here. And, well, that's how it works.
Earl here. Okay, so we thought we'd show you our very technological I felt English, but anyway, this here is our smoke chute. See, we take it and we put cigarettes in the end of it, a big old wad of cigarettes. Some good ones too, not that cheap crap you buy at Walmart, that fat lady. But anyway, we shove them in there, we all take turns coming up here, and whoever passes out first loses, and we all get to spit or dip on them.
Alright, this right here, this is my 2009 Chevrolet 3500 HD. And we all know what HD stands for. So come on around here, let's have a look at it. Now this one right here, it's got the flatbed on it. Now let me tell you something right now, boy. That flatbed right there, that is the best creation. That is the best thing since sliced bread and the moonshine still. Let me tell you something about it. You can haul around your whole obese family on this thing, and it makes perfect nights for your lady, if you know what I mean. You just gotta take your time with it, and I mean, you might get a little grease on it or something. It don't matter. Let's have a look at the inside of it. The interior right there. Cigarette ashes is everywhere in that thing because I smoke. And got them crank windows on it because you don't need no power windows. What is this? This ain't no Cadillac. This here's a truck, man. This thing's meant to last, baby. Let's talk about the motor on it. This right here, now I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't know much about that motor. I'll let the Nest Center people work on that. But I do know one thing. That is a supercharged 6.0 liter V10. It's got a bottle of nitrous right back there. That's what that silver thing is. That's nitrous right there. And that up there, that's your cooling fluid. You just need a little bit because that supercharger and the size of this grill. Look at that. You can't get the thing overheated, man. It just runs an eighth mile in about 0.1 seconds. You know what I mean? Like that's why it's got that soot up there. Because one time I was hauling balls down that line, and I was racing against this guy in a Honda Civic fart box, and I looked over Ray and I said, "Boy, you about to get licked." So I like gassed that thing down. I had my gears banging like, woo, redlining that bitch and everything, man. I was going boom, 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 and I was getting down on that thing. going through them gears and stuff, you know what I mean? I passed him up and I was like, you ain't got nothing on me, boy. So I won. Deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in today to Rowdy Virginians. We hope you enjoyed Two Faces of Appalachia, only one face. This one's re-uploaded. Stay tuned for more content like this. Also, stay tuned for more content with Papa Brennan and the former Uncle Chandler and Uncle Rhyme.
Grandfather Chandler.
We're going to have more of those coming your way soon. Also, check out the new officially licensed Rowdy Virginian t-shirt. If you'd like one like this, let us know and we'll work on getting some for you. And don't forget to subscribe, like, leave some comments, and subscribe to our Twitter page too for more updates. We'll catch you later.
They're very easy to make.
From a dusty trail he came, all the way from the Aleutian Islands on an Alaskan fishing boat to the rolling hills of Kentucky, through the backwoods of Missouri to the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, across the hot swamps of Florida to the lakes of Tennessee. With a dog named Bandit by his side, he rides. He is the backwoods badass. Out loud.
Keep it frickin' hillbilly, this is what I say. In every single way I live it every single day. Judging from my looks, you say that I'm a hick. You think that I get mad, but now this is my shtick. Boots on, camouflage, Copenhagen deal. Moonshine jar, think I might get me a sip. Redneck, hillbilly, country mother trucker. Yuppies think it's funny that my cousin is my brother. Born in a trailer in the middle of the woods, shooting deer and drinking beer, it's all that's understood. Dip in my lip, much in my hand. Redneck nation on my back, we dominate and fade to black. Getting drunk up in the back of the bourbon truck, I'm skinning bucks, shooting ducks, running amok, not giving a fuck. Y'all don't like that stuff, y'all can kick my son. Backwoods badass, that is what they call me. O-U-T, L-A-W, that is what they call me. King of the woods, hit for the stairs, that is what they call me. Outlaw, outlaw, that is what they call me. O-U-T, that is what they call me. L-A-W, that is what they call me. O-U-T, that is what they call me. Outlaw, that is what they call me.
Back in the woods, getting me a deer. I see a big tree, I might just take me a shit. We got 12 gauges on both of our shoulders. Redneck soldiers. To a gang off in this thing as usual. That's my catchphrase, I think that some bitch is beautiful. Boots and suits, I find it almost suitable. Cause the men in black are back in the Cadillac, y'all just Rudy Poos.
I'm in the backwoods, feeling like a badass, with a pretty country girl who's got a fat ass. A couple buddies, couple bottles, and some crabgrass. I mean that homegrown will sit you on your ass flat. About a mile down the road from where my mama had me, another mile from that was where my nanny raised my daddy. If you never been down here, we'll show you gladly. But if I take off on that 4x4, you better grab me.
Backwoods badass, that is what they call me. O-U-T, L-A-W, that is what they call me. King of the woods, hit for the stairs, that is what they call me. Outlaw, outlaw, that is what they call me. O-U-T, that is what they call me. L-A-W, that is what they call me. O-U-T, that is what they call me. Outlaw, that is what they call me. Hey man, you think they think we're badasses yet?